I'm really happy today to have my father-in-law with me, Christy's dad, and he's getting to drive Johnny 5. He's been watching our videos now for a long time, and ever since we got Johnny 5, he's been begging to come up and get a chance to drive him. Well, today's the day. Unfortunately, the weather's not cooperating very well with us this afternoon. It's drizzling around, wanting to rain. It never has rained enough to, to really make the ground sloppy or anything like that. It's just enough to get me wet on the outside, right? Christy's dad was a farmer for years and years and years when Christy was a child. So they grew some corn and soybeans, and they grew some tobacco, and I believe some peanuts as well during the growing up years that Christy had there. So she got a lot of different experiences there. It's interesting there in eastern North Carolina, they grow a larger variety of crops than they do here in Indiana. Usually here it's just corn and soybeans. So Bobby's got a lot of tractor experience, and I'm sure this is bringing back a lot of memories for him. Now, right now he's actually got a tractor similar, you might say, to Johnny 5. He's got a 110 TLB, construction style backhoe. So that's kind of the same size as a 4 Series, the slightly older 4 Series like the 4320, 4520, 4720. That's what he's got now. So he said this wasn't hard for him to get used to at all.
Growing up, I was always taught, use what you got. Johnny 2 can't haul nearly as large a load as Johnny 5, but I can help. Bobby got to use a lot of our equipment while he was here. However, when he got in Johnny 5, he was using it like a pro almost immediately. This episode's a bit out of order. We did this work a few days before our latest yard flood. We published that episode the day of the event. Sorry for the confusion there, but we were pretty excited about that flood, and not in a good way. So let's review here a little bit what we've got going on. First, our pond is not very deep. We were faced with the choice of either filling it in with that ugly hump of dirt out front or digging it out deeper. We kind of like the idea of a pretty pond in our front yard. Of course, this one isn't so pretty yet, but hopefully we'll get there. For the first step, Case provided a relatively large excavator, which we used to dig out one side of the pond. And that's the piles that you see all along the pond. We're going to try to use all that extra dirt to raise the elevation down here at this end of the pond. We'd like to better define the edges of the pond. This area down here is sometimes wet, sometimes dry. We'd like to fill all that in so it doesn't flood at all. Now, if you check out that yard flooding video, you'll see that we didn't get this high enough yet.
Actually, this is a lot of fun with 2 tractors. I feel like I'm seeing more accomplished. Johnny 2 is doing just as good as Johnny 5 as far as being able to carry dirt. It just doesn't carry near as much. And I do notice that I have a lot harder trouble driving into the pile and getting a bucket load than what Johnny 5 does. He just drives right on in. With those R1 ag tires, he can just drive right on in with no issue at all. Now, I'm getting my first real dirt moving experience with these radial tires. I'm finding they have a lot more traction than a turf tire. Although this rain is gonna fool around and take away our fun. I can't tell whether it's just
come and gone.
Is it?
And then now come back again.
Yeah. My cab doesn't work near as well as the one on Johnny 5.
Nope.
Mine's got several leaks. Look at that huge load he's got though. I mean, that is an enormous scoop full of dirt. That's probably 1,800 pounds. Maybe 2,000 pounds, I don't know, of payload.
We're really in no hurry on this project. We'll probably be working on it for quite some time. Obviously, it's not a customer paying project, so we must prioritize those. This project is good because it's always here. We don't have to do any scheduling, and it's available if we have someone come visit like Bobby or Levi, and we can, well, have some fun out here. One thing I've learned over the years is to try to have fun out of the work you do. And one of the easiest ways to remove the fun from a project is to push it too hard. Deadlines create pressure. While Bobby continued to shuttle large loads of dirt from one end to the other, I decided to take some time grading the areas he'd already removed. Yeah, I figured you were wanting to hear about our new Tufline box blade. That's right, TTWT's finally given in and got its first box blade. I'm still not necessarily a convert. I love using the front loader to do box blade type work, but I'm going to make a sincere effort to try to get comfortable with it. Ah, the Grapple. Remember that brush that Levi couldn't pull out of the mud with the 1 Series? There it is. Came out easily now, partially because we used Johnny 2 and partially because it's drier.
Loose fitting in the hydraulics. You know, I have a lot of loose fittings, it seems like. It's something that happens frequently for me. I don't know if I don't get them tight enough or if they come loose from the factory, I don't know, but I do have several. It's something you got to watch for. If you see a hydraulic leak all of a sudden, stop immediately and deal with it. Well, it's not spurting out anymore, so hopefully we're good. so much better visibility with the 2 Series than the 5 Series. It's so much easier to see what's going on with the Grapple. You know, this is the same Grapple I've been using on Johnny, the 1 Series. And Johnny does a great job with it. But I find this thing has so much more power. It makes it a lot easier to handle some tough pulls, and just it's a lot more power. It makes the Grapple feel totally different, like a totally different utensil. Utensil?
Like a fork?
Like a fork. Like a spoon. The claw.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet now and let you just enjoy watching and listening to the tractors work.
All those cattails are really nasty. What day is it anyway?
I don't know. It's chilly.
Must be March.
I think it's June.
It must be February, right, Bobby?
At least.
I can't believe this. It's mid-June, and it's cold, and it's probably 60 degrees. We just don't have that kind of weather here.
But you do today.
I guess we do. What have you thought of running this Johnny 5?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. I love the power and speed, the whole 9 yards. Only thing is I need my steering wheel knob.
You need a spinner knob. I've got to get a spinner knob. I actually have one for it, but I didn't put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've got used to shifting the transmission. That works real good. And I'll carry it home. That would be a nice gift for a father-in-law.
You think it would?
Yeah.
You think it would? Well, I'm not sure about that.
You can have the Menard sweatshirt and the hat.
There you go. Yeah, you can keep the sweatshirt and hat. That'd be a good plan,
I
Christy.
don't do much bargaining with y'all.
The thing is, in North Carolina, they don't need a sweatshirt very often.
True.
Now, this has got more power than your 110 TLB, right?
Oh, yeah. So,
You know, with this thing, I didn't even notice any need for teeth.
you don't do.
Yeah. The other thing that I see sometimes, Bobby, is I have a little difficulty seeing around the front of it when the loader's down. Another question I have for you is, I was working on Johnny 2 here, and I noticed that during the rain this afternoon, you didn't seem to be complaining at all about getting wet.
I won't get wet. I was fine.
See how nice I treat him, guys. See, he's always complaining about how I treat him, but see how nice to him I really am. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the nice cab with. I had to cut the air off. It was so cool and.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys watching us. It's nice to get to know you guys, so leave us a comment. And I hope you've kind of got to get to know Bobby here, my father-in-law, a little bit today. We've got several other episodes with him. We've got one with a ditch bank mower where we're at his house mowing the ditch banks. And so thanks, Bobby, for joining us.
Glad to. Enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.